Hello Notre Dame, it's Mrs. Donovan here. Now, the activity that I have chosen for you to complete on Activities Day, last day of home learning, hooray, is a baking one. Those children who have been in my class before will know that I love baking. So the opportunity to film a baking video was very exciting for me. Now, the recipe is a biscuit recipe and it's really easy peasy, which is one of the reasons why I've chosen to share it with you now. All you need are 4 ingredients. Hopefully you might have these in your cupboard already. If not, it's not many things that you need to go and get from the shop if you're in need of them. Now, if you don't have the right things, you can substitute lots of different things anyway, and do make sure, obviously, if you've got any intolerances, you make sure you substitute those ingredients. I'm going to go through the video now, step by step, and I really hope you have a go at making them. Enjoy! Okay, so for the easy peasy biscuits, you will need 115 grams of butter, 50 grams of caster sugar, 130 grams of self-raising flour, and 30 grams of I've used hot chocolate powder. So chocolate powder, you could use cocoa powder if you had any. If you're on Lent and you can't have chocolate, I'm sure you could substitute this 30 grams with some extra sugar or try something else. So just 4 ingredients for these biscuits. You will also need to line a baking tray. And if you wanted to shape your biscuits, I'm going to make some heart-shaped ones. You'll need a cutter, but you don't need to have a shape cutter. Let's see what we do next. Once you've got all of your ingredients weighed out and sorted, you need to pop them all into one bowl and make sure your butter is slightly softened, and then give it a good mix. So in goes the sugar, in goes the flour, and in goes the drinking chocolate. I guess you could add 1 ingredient and then mix and before adding the other. I just pop them all in and give it a good stir. I'm going to need both my hands for this, so give it a good stir. Here is what it looks like fully mixed. I actually got my hands involved and got nice and messy for the last stages just to bring the biscuit dough together. I am now going to shape the dough. So you've got a few options here. You can either roll these out into little balls, squish them down slightly to make circular biscuit shapes, or you could roll out using a rolling pin and use cutters to shape into whatever shapes you have at home, or you could use a knife to make your own shapes. Obviously, make sure there's an adult with you if you're using a knife. I'm going to have a go at doing half, just rolling into a ball, and I'm going to try and make some heart biscuits as well. Once you've done that, pop your shapes onto your baking tray. So you can see I've got some balls I'm ready to press down here, and I've started some heart shapes. I actually didn't use a rolling pin in the end. All I've done is press down the biscuit dough onto a floured surface so that it doesn't stick, and then use my cutter to create my heart shapes. And then once they're cut, popped them onto my baking tray. Ooh, one-handed is quite tricky. So we'll just fill that up now. So biscuits are all now ready on the tray. Final thing, if you've gone for the ball option, you just need to, you can either press down with your hands or the back of a spoon. I use a fork just to press the balls down so they're flatter, and they also have then that detail on the top. Once they are all finished, let's just do these last 2 here. I'll see if I can do it one-handed. You pop them into the oven, preheat your oven 170 degrees, fan for about 10 minutes. So they don't need very long at all, and you want them to still be a little bit squishy after that 10 minutes is up. So I'm going to pop them in for 10 minutes and let's see what they look like after that. There we go, straight from the oven. So they've just been in for 10 minutes. You can see they've actually spread quite a bit. So I probably should have used 2 trays, but they will taste delicious anyway, so that's not a problem. You'll see if I just touch very gently, they're still slightly squidgy. But please don't you touch, make sure an adult does, because they're very, very hot. I'm going to leave them in the tray for a few minutes to cool, and then I'm going to transfer them to a wire rack until they're completely cool. And then the taste testing can begin. Okay, now they have cooled, I'm going to add the finishing touch, which is a dusting of icing sugar. Now you might like to ice your biscuits in another way using a buttercream, or you might like to mix some icing sugar with some water to drizzle over the top. Anything goes, but I'm going to just stick to very simple icing sugar, and then I'm going to enjoy. And here we have it, a plate of my easy peasy biscuits, all finished. I can confirm that I've tried one and they taste delicious. So I really hope you enjoy making these biscuits if you choose to do so. Do let me know if you do make them. Just remember, you can substitute any of the ingredients or change any bits if you don't have them at home already. But enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you all on Monday.